All right, Scorpio, welcome to your weekly horoscope for February 2nd through the 8th, Monday through Sunday. My name is Athen. All right, excuse me. We've got the full moon taking place this week on Tuesday in your ninth house of life path, overseas matters, expansion, university, philosophy, anything that taps into the adventurous side of your life that is involving either the mental elements of philosophy, tapping into that adventurous side, or your physical adventurous side, which is oftentimes why travel and these types of things are associated with the ninth house. But you've had Jupiter there, so lots of opportunities amongst your life path and expansion and adventure and life itself. He is retrograde right now, so perhaps there is some reflecting in regards to that. But in either case, you do have a full moon here in the ninth house, so definitely, especially things you've been working on in this area for the past 6 months, it can be a culmination time of that. Perhaps feeling very optimistic, very good about that too, because the full moon is happening very close to Jupiter. We'll talk more about that. But first, let's talk about the beginning of the week, starting off on Monday. We have the sun sextiling up to Uranus, which is leading in from the last weekend of the passion about your, perhaps anything you're involved with, teaching, writing, sharing, communicating, exchanging, which is the third house. So you have Mercury retrograde there, so perhaps a lot of you are thinking a lot about, or could be thinking about how you're coming across your communications, maybe relearning something that you learned before, reworking something. Mercury retrograde in the third house often signifies these types of things. But whatever it is, a positive aspect from the Sun and Uranus is suggesting that with all these shifts and changes that have been happening with this whole Uranus-Pluto square, you guys have a lot it could be a time of enjoying your communications or anything on this sort of short mundane level of the third house. So if you've been again learning or teaching yourself anything like this, definitely a good time to do that. Beginning of the week, Sunday, Monday. You can find that very exciting. But it's a sextiles, a lot of sextiles this week, which are just opportunities, and so there's nothing really catalytic this week. So it's just opportunities for you in this sense to have that excitement of communication and exchanging. Now on Tuesday we have that full moon in Cancer in your ninth house. So this is this is your life path. A lot of emphasis on this whole week, and it's a very positive aspect up to the Uranus-Pluto square and the North Node square. So again, with all these changes that have been taking place. So reflect around Tuesday in terms of what your overall life path is. You can definitely see your life path, have that awareness, can definitely be some clarity involved with that for all of you generally. Yeah, reflect on that and see how you can tap into the more adventurous side of yourself and perhaps even expand yourself. You know, the ninth house is all about your expansion. No matter how you slice it, whatever that is for you, either physically traveling or what have you. So definitely a culmination, especially again, like I said, if you guys have been working on anything like this for the past 6 months or the past 2 weeks since we had the new moon in Capricorn in your third house. But yeah, enjoy the adventurous side of life this week, and especially around Tuesday. Now on Thursday we've got Mercury sextiling up to Saturn, so definitely again opportunities, and this is opportunities again with your communications and self-expression, because the sun is in your third house. So there is this expressing yourself communicatively, but you're learning, you're working with this, and I think around Thursday there can definitely be an awareness of what needs to be done more tangibly, because that's what Saturn represents. And Saturn's been transiting your first house, which has to do with, you guys have been putting in work with yourself, your self-image, your goals, your plans, making your ambitions long-term, making a lot of the things that you're doing right now long term. Lots of this Saturn energy. A lot of you may have been stepping into a lot of responsibility, or will be soon, in terms of your overall life. But whatever that is, it's stepping into that mature approach, which is naturally happening for you all. And then in this sense, putting in energy in regards to any of this communication, learning, teaching stuff this week, especially around Thursday. You can definitely get a lot done, actually, if it is something that is productive in some way. Now on Friday we've got the sun opposite up to Jupiter. So again, this whole Jupiter elements with your third house of communication and expansion and these types of things, but you want to balance, and the way to look at the third and the ninth house is what you might call the left side of the brain and the right side of the brain. You want to make sure that there's a nice synergy here where there's a part of you who's perhaps doing this practical stuff or practical studying or whatever it is. It's another part of you that wants to expand and enjoy the larger side of life, the adventurous, non-binding side of life, the right side of the brain. So you want to merge these two together, balance the third and the ninth house, which is just seeing things evenly, you might say, because it's a wisdom house, it's consciousness house, the third and the ninth. And also seeing how you can practically put in a lot of this philosophy, you know, because with Jupiter in your guys' ninth house, there's a lot of opportunity for your philosophy to grow and change and these types of things. Lots of opportunities there. So seeing the practical side of philosophy and divine principles and these types of things, and channeling into a lot of these divine energies. For those of you who have that open channel to spirit and the higher realms, that's what the ninth house represents, putting in that energy on the more practical level. If you do that, very beautiful week. Lots of optimism too regarding these two areas of your life, which is really good. Just make sure you're not doing, you know, one extreme over the other. You don't want to get too practical, and you don't want to get too, you know, right brain, which is just, you know, pure expansion. Saturday and Sunday, we've got Venus sextiling up to Pluto. So for all of us, definitely a good weekend to deepen our relationships. However, for you, specifically involved with perhaps relationships at home or with your family. The Venus has been transiting your fourth house, which means that you guys can definitely be enjoying your home and family right now, especially the relationships within them. And this can be a fantastic week to do anything home or family related with your relationships, really deepening your relationships over the weekend. On Sunday, it's all relationships in general. On Sunday, we have Venus then going over Chiron in that fourth house. So a lot of you are perhaps doing some healing in regards to home and family. And this is also your sentiments too. It's not just home and family. It's anything you're sentimentally connected to, and also your emotions. Enjoying this though, because Venus going over Chiron can mean that if you're definitely putting in that positive energy, if you do, because again, it's a sextile, easy opportunity. If you do over the weekend, you can find that very healing, but in either case, I think you're going to find it rejuvenating nonetheless, especially regarding the home and family stuff. All right, Scorpio, well, I hope you guys have a great week. I want to thank you all very much for all of your support. If you'd like a personal reading, please get in touch, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.